Hello, it's your favourite podcast, crazy little thing called Lovdev. Welcome back, guys. Today's episode is 154, Too Big for Your Boots. Hello, everyone. It's your favourite podcast host, me. You alright, everybody? How is people out there? How is life treating you? Life's treating me good at the moment. Back on the comedy scene, everyone. Yeah, man. Did a gig yesterday, right? I'll tell you quickly before I do all my other stuff. Did a gig in Manchester last night, right? It was in an apartment, very posh apartment, central Manchester. It was a residence of the people who were staying at the apartment, and they were all from all over the globe. You name a country, they were probably from there. So anyway, I did my gig. It was great. It was like doing it in a lounge. Like, there was sofas, tables. You know, it felt like somebody's front room, which was nice because I just felt like I was in front of my friends. And they were really up for the comedy. They were like proper laughing. Some of the references they obviously didn't get because of the not the language, the culture, you know, because all my stuff is obviously UK kind of related a little bit. So I had to explain on some of the jokes. There's one lady, I did my joke about a lighthouse, and she was like, "Lighthouse? What's a lighthouse?" I think she was from Italy, somewhere around that region. I had to explain to her what a lighthouse was and what the joke meant. And then the funniest thing about it, because it's to do with moths, right? Someone else in the audience went, "What's a moth?" He didn't know what a moth was. Oh, that's so funny. Maybe wherever he's from, somewhere in Asia or the Middle East, I think he looked Middle Eastern. They probably don't have moths. I don't know. Unless they call them something else. That's possibly what it is. Yeah. But it was fun, man. They were so, like, they're really up for it. Some of them were like, "Do some more dark material." See, this is what people want. They want to hear dark material. They don't want to hear that stuff that's, how can I put it? Diluted? Yeah, that would probably work. They want to hear proper stuff, man. So anyway, it was great fun. I closed for a guy named Ryan Kelly. I've done another one before. I don't know, maybe I've mentioned it in an episode, probably 20, 30 episodes back. I did do one last year, but it was great to do one again. Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, I could do one of them a week. I'll be set for life. I would love to do my show in front of a room like that, because they were just like chipping in and they were just having fun. And that was the main thing. I was having fun. I really enjoyed it. And I was grateful to be closing it. But yeah, man, I did ask them, like, how much did they pay to stay in a very posh apartment like that? I was like, obviously, you guys ain't got houses. You guys are paying how much? Somebody said they pay $1,000 a month. I was like, wow, that's a lot of money, man. Because I was just thinking about my own mortgage. But anyway, yeah, it was great fun. It was lovely to do. Let's do a segment. Yeah, let's just get into it. Right, this one is, I don't think I've ever done this before, but I'm on a forum on Reddit called Brum. And I'll just go on it. I don't really cover anything about it. It's just everything Birmingham related, just to see what's happening with the Birmingham folk. And there was a question on there, and I thought, this is a good question, though. Maybe I should do it on my podcast. So it's the Brum Forum on Reddit, as I said. It's been put up by somebody called Milk Cow. The question is, right, your friend is visiting Brum, Birmingham, for the day. You take them out. What are you doing? So if I got a friend who's not from my city, what would I do? I think I would take them to Aston Hall. That's the first thing I'll do. Only because it's round the corner from my house. So if they're at my house, I'll be like, let's go and see Aston Hall. That's nearby. Don't have that far to travel. They wouldn't know that. But Aston Hall, obviously, you guys have heard about me talking about it on the Halloween podcast episode that I did. It's a big mansion. That's what it is. By the Aston family. And yeah, I think they would enjoy that because it's quite big and you could easily spend over an hour in there. Probably 2 hours, I think. And it's an old heritage building. So I think that's the first thing I would do. Second thing, I would probably take them to Birmingham City Centre, show them around there, take them by the canals because it's lovely there, you know, could take a couple of pictures. Ride a canal boat if you fancy that. Then I would take them for a lovely Indian meal, but it wouldn't be a restaurant, it would be like a pub. It'd probably be the Soul Tavern or some other restaurant nearby that does barbecue food. You guys know I love my Indian barbecue. So I think that's what I would do. Kind of boring, I suppose. It says here, what will they enjoy the most? What will they enjoy the most? I think they'd enjoy all of it. They'd enjoy Aston Hall. They'd have a great time in the city centre. And then I think the icing on the cake would be a nice meal at the end of it. I'll obviously have to show them the bull as well. Famous Ozzy the Bull in New Street Station. I was in I'm going off topic here now, but I saw the other day a video. Somebody was on Ozzy the Bull. If you don't know Ozzy the Bull, he was on the Commonwealth Games when it was held in Birmingham a couple of years ago. Everybody wanted to save him, basically, because he ended up in a junkyard, believe it or not. So eventually he got a new home, which is Birmingham New Street Station, also known as Grand Central, but I always still call it New Street. So that's where he is now. A lot of you probably know. If you've never been to Birmingham, if you ever come off at the train station, you'll see him. He's massive, huge. So apparently there was a guy the other day, and he was swinging off him. I don't even know how he got there, but you can see this bloke just like swinging on this bull. I mean, it's not very secure, to be honest. There's like a fence that goes around it. You know, so that might be the reason. I don't really know. Yeah. Anyway, what other question does he put here? What are you going to have to explain that is normal in Birmingham? What am I going to explain? Oh, well, actually, I think what I would say is probably the language. A lot of people don't like the Birmingham accent, which I can understand, but they always confuse us with the Black Country because we are similar in ways. We both say certain words in the same way. Like, I'm actually wearing one of my sweaters at the moment, which I absolutely love, but it has gone a bit too big for me now because I've lost a bit of weight. And on my T-shirt, it says, "All right, Bab," which basically means, how you doing, love? Or Bab, we use that word. It's like a slang word. It's a Brummie slang and Black Country. Short for baby, I think it is, Bab. You all right, Bab? Like up in Yorkshire, Nottingham, that way, they'll say duck. All right, duck. But in Birmingham, we say Bab. So I'd probably explain that. What else is normal? Oh, it's very diverse. Birmingham is a very diverse city. You're going to see lots of preachers and lots of beggars. Oh, that's it. Because I tell people, if you ever come to Birmingham, you get to see our meet and greeters. Those are the people who stand at traffic lights, shaking their paper cups. I'd say few of them are homeless, genuine, but I'd say 98% are just all on drugs, and you can see it from a mile away. So that's what I'd probably say. This is normal here, mate. Maybe they have it from wherever they are, but in Birmingham, it is all over the place. It's all because of the drugs. That's the reason why there's so much drugs out there. I think, you know, like it is kind of a pandemic, isn't it? I don't understand it, to be honest. Like, why someone would take so much drugs. I mean, I'm more of a natural man. You know, I like natural remedies. I like my vitamins. I like my fruits, my veg. That is the best drug. You can't get better than them drugs, do you know what I mean? Obviously, sometimes you just need that little booster that will keep you going. Just like the stuff that I'm currently using at the moment, Magic Mind, which is, you know, I've mentioned it before, it's amazing. I'm still using it now. It's been over, nearly 2 weeks now I've been using the product. And I'm a lot more focused on my creativity. That's what I've noticed a lot. You should see me just like sitting down, writing my material, thinking of jokes. And I'm like, why am I so like awake, like full of life? It's because of using that. I mean, I was saying it the other day to my friends. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me today, man. When I was at work, I was just like dancing around, you know. I was like, oh, I feel so good, man. Like my body feels great. And then I didn't realize at the time, maybe it was that. The Magic Mind mental performance shot. And I'm using the Magic Mind sleep, which helps support the main pillars of your body, which is basically all you need to keep yourself going. The sleep, your diet, obviously you're exercising, and just dealing with your own stress management and the exogenous compounds. And these products, the Magic Mind shots, the mental health performance one, and the sleep auxilia, they both help. So, you know, you're getting your nutriments and stuff whilst you're sleeping. Because I'm taking these products, I've been using both of them. Like, in the 24 hours of your day, you obviously have your sleep shots to get you good sleep. If you don't get good sleep, you're not going to function right. That's what I find. That's why I go to bed early now. You know, I try not to. I mean, I'm not young anymore, first of all. I can't stay up late like I used to. I like a good sleep. So having those Magic Mind sleep shots do give me better sleep. I've noticed that a lot. And also, you know, if you want daytime clarity, the best thing is to have the focus shots. Those are great, you know. So do remember, I have got 45% off on the discount. So if you guys want both shots, that's your sleep auxilia and your Magic Mind performance shots to help you have the best day, there is a link on this podcast. If you go down and see on the titles where I put all my wordings, you guys see that in it. Yeah, that's where it all is. So you can get 45% off on both your focus and your sleep shots. And it is the January Mental Wealth Challenge. Obviously, you guys know that Magic Mind said to me, we love your podcast and we want you to just try it and see what you think. And, you know, your listeners will get a discount. Yeah, make sure if you want this 45% off, which, mate, it's worth it. And you're saving money as well. That's the best thing about it. If you do want it, all you need to do is click on the link on my podcast, like I said, to get yourself a bundle, both the sleep and the day shots. All you need to do is go on to https://www.magicmind.com/LoveDevJAN. Yeah, that's all you need to do. Save yourself some money and try these things. You'll feel great. Believe me. Talking about greats, let's move on and let's do, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that is interesting. What's interesting today? You're all wondering, Lovdev Barpager. Well, I'm going to tell you. There's a tragic story, actually. It was, I don't know where it was, in Florida. So apparently, I'm going to read it briefly, the title. In 2004, there was a lady named Gail Grimes from Florida. She died in hospital after surgeons spent 6 desperate hours trying to separate her fused skin from her couch. After spending 6 years sat down, 6 years? She was sitting on the same sofa for 6 years. Did she not even move? How did she even go toilet, man? This, like, I've never heard of this story. I know there's big people out there, like, obviously we don't see them because they're so big they can't leave the house, isn't it? That's why. But yeah, anyway, apparently her home was filthy because she had become too large to even get up and use the bathroom. There we go. Let's read up a bit more about it because it sounds so interesting. How does a person get to that state, man? That's like your mental wealth and, you know, your mental being right there, isn't it? Just not looking after yourself. That's why I recommend those Magic Minds, you know. Do check them out. Anyway, let's read the story. A Florida woman spent 6 years on a sofa, died with her skin attached to it. Right, we know that bit. Her name was Gail. She was 39, apparently. She initially suffered a broken leg in the 90s. Is that the reason that her leg was so painful, she just stayed in that chair for 6 years? 6 years, mate. That's a long time, isn't it? So she's standing at just 4'10". She's only a short lady. The unlucky lady broke her leg again, shortly after her first fracture healed. My God. The second leg apparently impacted her mental health. That explains a lot then. And Grimes thought by staying put on the sofa would save her from any more injury. That's really tragic. That's a really tragic story, isn't it? To the shock of her long-term partner, Herman Thomas, the woman never got off the sofa in her apartment, which was in Golden Gate, in Florida. So after years of sitting, she became morbidly obese. She weighed 34 stone. 6 years on, her skin began to stick to the fabric of the sofa, and it hasn't really officially verified now how. I tried to take care of her the best I could. Her partner Thomas, who's 54, said at the time, "I wish I could have pulled her off the couch, but she wouldn't let me." Grimes reportedly wasn't even able to get off to go to the bathroom, and eventually her family members called emergency services when she had trouble with her breathing. 12 firefighters reportedly turned up to the property along with a custom-built wooden stretcher to lift her and the couch out of the apartment. We couldn't get her in the ambulance, Martin County from the fire rescue said. Rescue staff had no other option but to use a trailer attached to a pickup truck to get her out of the hospital. Jesus. Well, to the hospital, not out of the hospital. So Grimes reported that she died like 3:10 in the morning. She was still on the couch, according to officials. Martin, the county sheriff, said that we are used to going to people's houses when things are at their worst, and that's fine. We're trained for it. But there's no warning for anything like this. That's true, isn't it? Jerry Thomas, who lived across the street for 6 years, said, "All we knew was the old man lived there. I had no idea a woman ever lived in that house. Apparently, she'd been on that couch a long time." Grimes was said to have cared for a young niece and nephew after the death of her sister in 92, but we haven't heard from them since. Family members reportedly were very upset by the situation. Wow. What a tragic story that is. 6 years stuck to a couch, man.
Oh, that's interesting.
That was interesting. I'll tell you what else is interesting, actually. Do you remember I had that mouse trouble in my house? Mouse in me house. So I was sat on my computer where I'm recording this podcast right now. I was playing my computer games. I know. I'm 46 years old. 47 soon. 47 in February. If you want to send me some cards, then go ahead. Do Make sure there's some money in it. Anyway, I was playing my video games on my PC, as I usually do. And I heard the rustling noise, and I thought, oh God, it's that mouse in it. He's around. I don't know where he is. Then I realised he's in the roof, man. First I thought, right, is it like a bird? Maybe there's a bird on top of the... Because I got a flat roof, you see, on the garage, extended garage. I thought maybe it's a bird then or something, or a cat. I don't know. Could be some of them. But then I kept hearing it, and I thought, that sounds like little footsteps. It's that mouse. He's in the roof. So I had to call a geezer out to come and sort it. Because, I mean, I brought mouse traps and everything. I've checked it, and I don't think it's ate any of it. I called a local guy who's from Birmingham as well. MC, oh God, I can't remember the name now. MC Summit. He's not a singer or a rapper, before you're all wondering. Although he used to be a DJ, that's what he told me. Yeah, MC. I won't say his proper name, because I did say I'm going to plug him. He came down my house. I was trying to have a quick look on the internet, see if I can find the official name. MC Pest Control. I think that's it. Or is it MC Environmental? No, it's MC Environmental. That's the lad. Yeah, he come round. He's all right, man. He's sound. We had a little, good little chat. So, yeah, I thought I'm going to have to call a proper exterminator. I mean, I can go down the cheap route, do it myself. I just can't be bothered. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather know that they have completely gone. Do you lot know that I had to call a wasp guy out to sort that out? And, they sorted it. So I thought, you know what, I got mice. Let's just do it properly. It's me house. Called him out, and he done the job. Nice man as well. I'll tell you what, the worst time to record a podcast is when you've got the washing machine whizzing around in the background. That doesn't help, does it? Well, maybe it will get rid of the mice. Maybe that vibration will send them a bit crazy, And yeah, maybe it will get rid of them. Who knows? Before I do the weird news story, I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to do this.
Conspiracy theories, what's real, what's fake? Conspiracy theories, what's real, what's fake?
Conspiracy theories, what's real and what's fake? Let's find out, shall we? Okay. It is the conspiracy part of the day. You guys know I love a good conspiracy. I don't even know what this is about. All I read was the title, and that title is "The government is hiding sources of information they cannot control." What does that even mean? It's been put up by Teal Turtle 97 on the Reddit forum, as always. He says, essentially, I came across an article talking about a VPN. If you don't know what a VPN out there, basically it hides your internet address and you can do dodgy stuff. That's what it is, okay? It's a blocker. Hides your IP. So it says, how can you use it to view sites that are technically banned in the US, but legally cannot be blocked fully due to free speech? And boy, are my eyes open. With that VPN, I was able to view sites like Pirate Bay, PDF Drive, and music downloading sites. All the things that I thought were there, fully defunct and gone. I'm someone who's always used to the PDF books because I was unable to access resources otherwise. They have a great collection of books about religion and historical events that are typically free from public libraries and such. And most can be opened with apps like Google Play Books. About a year and a half ago, the site went dark. It wasn't able to be fully loaded up, or even partially now, or so I thought. A week ago, I downloaded a VPN. And for the first time in a year and a half, I was able to see everything that I used to. I think we are coming into an age where our government is trying to silence everyone who is saying things they don't like. I feel like we're becoming more like North Korea and Russia, little by little. And I'm scared that we are going to repeat some of the most horrific events in history because they're erasing the very memory of them. I think he means erasing. He's put racing. Books talking about events involving Native Americans aren't even available in my local library. Those are the kind of things they don't want you to know about. They don't want you to know about the true history of Thanksgiving and what the Native Americans and the Aborigines and everywhere else in the world and even today are suffering from. They will always do that. That's why we have the media. That's what I believe. I think a lot of people believe that. If you're not into conspiracies, I think a lot of you do think they're not telling us all everything, are they? They hide a lot of it. We know that. We're not daft. I mean, I was watching a thing yesterday. I'm going off track again. That's me, isn't it? It was on Al Jazeera, and there was a woman who was on there, and she was talking about Palestine. Now, you know me, I don't talk too much about politics. But even she said, what you're seeing on the news, they're not showing all of it. And she was like a top doctor from the UK who went there to help. And yeah, I don't want to go too much into it, but from what she was saying, it was very tragic. And yes, there are a lot of lies out there. And maybe the VPN thing is hiding stuff. I don't know. Maybe they don't want us to see. Maybe that's the reason people use a VPN. It's so you can't access some sites. Like, even for me, if I'm trying to look for a weird news story, especially through Reddit, and I click on the link to read it, it will say this is not available in your country. And I don't know why. I'm like, why? It's just a website. Like, why can't I see it? Is it because I'm not a US resident, but I should still be able to read what everyone else can read? So I had to use a VPN to open it. So basically what he's saying is I've had to do that. Why is that blocked? I don't know. Anyway, that is the conspiracy. He's wrote a bit more. I just want to see what else he has said. So going back, as I was saying, books talking about events involving Native Americans, yep, they're not available in his library anymore. And he says the same has been said for some of my friends. Books are being pulled off shelves, claiming they're too old for the public. But books that are older and push of more hateful or outdated narrative are still there. We are losing access to freedom of information, people. We are losing ourselves. That's what he's put underneath. I like that. We are losing freedom of information. Absolutely. There's so much out there, man. Like, you see it in the news. They don't tell us half of the stories, mate. And this is where we lose ourselves. I think, right, you're going to think this is mad, innit? But you know, like all those TV shows that we have on the telly, Traitors and I don't know, what is there, Bake Off. I'm just giving examples. I think they're there for a reason. They're there to distract us from what's going on in reality, to make everything look normal. Everything's normal. No, it ain't. There's so much going on in the world, isn't there? Too much going on. Actually, talking about too much going on in the world, let's just end the podcast. Shall we just do that? Obviously, what with Lovdev, you know what I do here. I don't mess around. I'm going to do a weird news story. Today's weird news story, I believe it comes from Taiwan. I've never done a Taiwan weird news story. Never. Let's see what this is all about. Taiwanese, I don't even know if I said that properly. Taiwanese surgeon performs a self-vactomacy. You know what I'm talking about. He done an operation on himself. That's what he done. A Taiwanese plastic surgeon has gathered international attention after performing a vactomacy, I think I said that wrong again, on himself and sharing the procedure online. You know when you try and do DIY, that's basically what he's done, isn't it? Why? I can just do it myself. Why do I need to pay someone in Thailand or wherever he is? He can just do it himself. That's mad, isn't it? How do you perform an operation on yourself? I can barely pull out a thorn out of my body, or a splinter. I can't do it, man. It hurts. I can't do it. Anyway, that is a big thing what he's done. So he basically done it himself, and he shared the procedure online on a video. The video amassing over 2.3 million views, igniting discussions about the male contraception. Dr. Chen Weihanga, shout out to Dr. Chen Weihanga, who's a licensed plastic surgeon in TP, conducted the unusual self-procedure on the 8th of Jan. He documented the entire process. What typically takes 15 minutes extended to an hour as Dr. Chen navigated the challenges of operating on himself. I believe in myself more than anyone else, Dr. Chen explained, describing the procedure as a gift to my wife. The surgeon detailed how performing a self-vacuumy requires significant flexibility and coordination as the positioning differed substantially from operating on a regular patient. The procedure was conducted under proper medical supervision, with 3 medical professionals present, including there was his wife, a licensed surgeon, alongside a urology student and a male nurse. Dr. Chen emphasized that the surgery was performed at his own expense and had no connection to health insurance claims. Oh, can you imagine that? Oh, yeah, I had an operation. Who done it? I done it myself. You're not going to get money. You're not going to get money, are you? Questions about the legality of the procedure prompted TP City Health Bureau to investigate. Officials confirmed that as qualified medical practitioner, Dr. Chen was within his rights to perform the procedure, noting that he holds appropriate surgical credentials. Deputy Director of the Ministry of Health and Welfare, Lin Jingyi, revealed that self-performed vacuumies are not unprecedented among medical professionals. It's fairly common for urologists to perform their own sterilization procedure or assist their male colleagues. Lin stated, adding that male sterilization is considerably less complex than the female one. The viral video, which has attracted 5,000 comments, showed Dr. Chen methodically performing each step of the procedure, from local anesthesia to locating the vas deferens, excision and stuttering. Stuttering. I can't even read these words anymore. I can't open my mouth from the shock of the horror of this man. Anyway, basically says the surgeon initially planned it last year, but he postponed after evaluating it. Mate, you should have evaluated yourself then while you're doing it. What a mad thing to do, innit? I don't even want to see this video. Like, what is it he actually had? What is a vacuumy? I don't even know. Maybe you all know out there, innit, what it is. It's a surgical procedure that prevents pregnancy by cutting or sealing a tube. Oh, that carries your little tadpoles from your thingy-me-jig, from your ball bags. That's what it is. So he done that on himself. Oh my God. There's me thinking, oh, he's only going to cut his throat off. Because in the picture, you see him lying like, he's got his head tilted back. You know, like you're at the dentist. He's like that. And I thought, oh, that's what it is, vacuumy. I should know better. I don't even know what's wrong with me, man. Honestly. Folks, if you're trained in any kind of procedure like that, don't do it. Why do you think hairdressers, like actual hairdressers, they never have nice hair in it? Have you noticed this? They don't have nice hair. All of them. You show me one hairdresser who's got really lovely hair. They don't cut their own hair. Someone else does it for them, innit? That's the reason. That's the reason. Okay, if it's a man, they can do their beard. If it's a lady, she can do her armpits. But when it comes to your hair, you know, you get someone else to do it, innit? That's why you shouldn't do those procedures. That's absolutely madness, that is. I can't believe it. I can't believe people would try it and save money just by doing their own operation. Who would do a thing like that? I don't know, man. Some people just don't know how to look after themselves, do they? That's what it is. Remember, it's the January Mental Wealth Challenge where you can save yourself 45% off the bundle of the day shots and the sleep auxilia. So that's your clarity for your day and your sleep for your night. So remember, you can get them with my special discount. And if you're still unsure about it, I'll tell you a little bit about it. They have mushrooms in them, right? I've been told these mushrooms are amazing, actually. There's a lot of research that has gone into the technology of it. And they're all organically grown in California. They use it like a fruiting body, which is where you can find the highest density of beneficial bioactive compounds, as opposed to the mycelia. They use like nano encapsulation technology that makes their ingredients more bioabsorbable. Can you imagine a bioabsorbable? I don't even know what I was talking about. Anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is your body just takes in a little bit more of the ingredients a bit faster. Do you know what I mean? About 5 to 10 times faster, compared to your normal pills and powders. So do check it out. Remember, you get both bundles. And you'll save yourself 45% off the Magic Mind bundle with my link. And that link is https://www.magicmind.com/LoveDevJan, all in capitals. Save yourself 45%. And if anything, just invest yourself in some money, mental health. You got to look after yourself, mate, because no one else is going to do it. You got to do it. All right, folks, you've been absolutely lovely. Hope you enjoy my podcast, and hopefully I'll be speaking to you next week.